Hi, my name is Caroline Holke, and by the end of this video, I hope that you have a better understanding of why we overdrink and why this is actually good news. Look, we overdrink because we've got an overdesire for alcohol. Please hear me, this does not mean that anything is wrong. Quite the contrary, I want to show you that this means that your brain is functioning exactly the way that it's supposed to. Look, I remember very well being where you are right now. It's very confusing to want something on one hand and not want it at the same time. I would wake up in the morning and I would vow that I was going to cut back. And then by 5 o'clock, I would be pouring that glass of wine. I was doing that because it was a learned behavior. And from an evolutionary standpoint, this is important for survival. So just like our ancestors learned that the red berries taste better than the unripened ones, they also made a mental note of where that bush was located so they could go back and find those red berries. This is the same thing as with chilled Chardonnay in our modern society. It's a guaranteed dopamine hit. No foraging required. This is a good thing. It means that your brain is functioning and healthy and learning. But as with anything, we can unintentionally reinforce behaviors that we don't want. Because every time that we have an urge to drink and reward that urge gets reinforced, it gets stronger. It's creating a stronger neural pathway in the brain. Wine equals dopamine, just like red berries equal dopamine. Think of I want you to picture a really well-worn hiking path. Look, there's no debris in the way. There's nothing that needs to be moved out of the way. It's truly smooth sailing. Every time you walk down that path, it reinforces that pathway. It reinforces that neural pathway. Okay, so we've got a strong neural pathway. Now I want to talk about Pavlov's dogs because we're going to talk about conditioned responses. Now, with the experiment with Pavlov's dogs, those dogs started drooling every time they heard the bell or they heard the research assistants coming down the hallway. Okay, they couldn't smell the food. They couldn't tell time or anything like that. They heard the sound and associated it with food. So that's a conditioned response. This is the same thing we do with alcohol. Think about it. Most people don't crave alcohol with their breakfast cereal, but with dinner, heck yeah, all the time. In that case, the condition is the time of day, but it's from other things as well. It could be from when you walk in the door from work or while you're making dinner or whatever it is. So we have a strong neural pathway, we have a conditioned response, and then we couple that with the intense reward. And that creates the overdesire. It doesn't mean that you're out of control. It means that you're a good learner. And with this understanding, we can get strategic and purposeful and rewire your brain so that you don't overdesire alcohol. You can basically use the same brain power that created the overdesire to get a different result. So how? You do this by practicing. Just like you've practiced drinking over and over again, you're going to practice not drinking. Look, I can already hear you. You're saying, no, wait, I've already tried that. It doesn't work. But my methodology is different because we're not going to use we're not going to rely on willpower. We're really going to tap into the prefrontal cortex to create a different result. And I know that this is 100% possible because you have a human brain. And most people don't even realize we can do this, but this is what I'm going to teach you. So in summary, we're going to get purposeful with that same brain that created the overdesire to reduce that desire. That's what we're going to learn in this program here. Thanks.